No problem.
We are so excited to have you. Means it's like a कि पूरा book हो आप अपने आप में. So we are very like pleased to have you with us.
Thanks, Gaurav. Thanks. I really appreciate your effort and, in this critical, stressful situation and working closely with everyone is really tough nowadays, though it's all about virtual reality nowadays and virtual connectivity, you can say. It really helped us to explore new things in this digital world. So, without taking a lot of time, so how you want
So, first of all, like we want to know that like the audience would be mostly related to the content marketing. So this would be a recorded session which will go on to the YouTube where they will be watching this session again. So first of all, sir, we want to know that like how this you have been working in like British medical journal for so long time, and it's a very huge brand, and being a leader in this at the IT head. So we want to know that what all services, like first of all, it provide, so that then we can start the next question.
Yeah, so just to give you the background about BMJ, BMJ is 180 years old company headquartered in London, UK. And we have offices, two offices in London and one office in US. Also, we have offices in China. In India, we have two offices and other sales offices in all over the world. You can take a name like Singapore, Middle East, Australia, everywhere we have all these offices. But if you are talking about the production offices, mostly it's London and India, China, and US. Remaining are all the sales offices. As hope you have gone through about gone through the BMJ website.
Mhm.
Yeah. So basically, we are into healthcare domain, and our first and foremost motto is providing an healthcare world to everyone, and basically, it's a healthier world for everyone.
Yes.
So, if you are talking about the uh, how BMJ works, basically BMJ works with creation and disseminations of evidence-based content to the medical fraternity. Means all of our researches, all of our journals, whatever we publish with the evidences. Means we don't publish anything which is not yet approved by any of the medical authorities or somewhere else. All the things which we work, we publish, we disseminate to the world, it's all are evidence based.
Okay. Okay. So it's like nowadays so many fake news are also coming related to COVID. So that is something which like your brand is completely stopping, and that's why promoting only authentic news.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You can say because, yes, some of the news are really horrible,
Hmm.
which don't have any basis because we have seen this. So we have taken this motto. We will whatever. Even if you go into the BMJ website, you can see a COVID-19 hub over there. You can read a lot of information about COVID-19 if, from all over the world and how the research is doing, what are the vaccines and how it is helping the world. You can get all the details into the COVID-19 hub.
Okay. So, sir, I will directly go to the main like question again, once again, that is content strategy. So, there are some new young brands are coming every day. Like you see, new startups are coming, and there are also existing brands. So, we are lacking somewhere in the content strategy. And you have been into the publishing domain, you have been into the IT domain. So, we would love to know that, like, how to create the content strategy.
So if you are talking about the BMJ's content strategy or the global content strategy, basically what we are
Yeah.
following here, we starts with the customer journey.
Okay.
Because we have a huge database of customer and we capture everything, the requirements, what they likes, from where they are coming, and what are the requirements they are looking from. Say we publish articles regarding heart. Okay, so but there is a huge world regarding heart. So if someone is asking for any specific content, and if they um, uh, ask us to provide that, then maybe in the upcoming months or years we capture those articles or the topics
Okay.
into our publishing thing. So our journey starts with customer. Then we have a very strong team which do the customer segregation. Means it's like, can be region wise, it can be specialty wise, it can be media type. Suppose some of the doctors prefer to have videos for all the you can say procedures, so we segregate those things as well. We have a team who works on that part. Sorry. So after the segregation is happening, then we work closely with our media team.
Okay.
It, content, it can be uh, electronic media, it can be audio, video, podcast team, event team, everywhere. We work with them. Then we diversify those medias, we create those content according to the requirement, and then we place those content to the customers. Means in our portal, it can be a website, it can be mobile app, or it can be a podcast channel which we run with Brightcove, and we host different webinars to address those requirements.
Okay.
Basically, it's a complete cycle, like starting with customer journey, then customer segmentation, then diversifying this content, or you can say the media, then leverage the customers, and this cycle continues. And you know that we are working with scientific content, and it's very important that we address all the things correctly. So this is the cycle we generally follow.
So, sir, there is one more question, which was there from the interns, that there are some website like Reddit, in which when they are posting any like content, they share the reference article as well. So, means like they are already a very good brand now. So, means like how soon the brands can like come at that stage where they don't need to share the reference. People get trust.
Uh, so have you heard the word about the open access? Because all the publishers are uh, how the means all the publishing fraternity is working together to provide the content as open access, because many of the contents are behind the paywall. So the researchers or the person who is writing the content thinks that it should be global. So it's an ongoing process. Maybe in the upcoming month, our content will be available with the Reddit website as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And all.
So yes. So we are. It's a technology thing. It's still under progress, and we are working on that front. Maybe in the upcoming month, you can see the results.
Okay, awesome. Glad to know. So, sir, what are the KPIs in the like for if we say this content is very good? So that content, like you have said, that you have started with a customer journey, then you have moved to the customer segmentation. So while drafting the customer journey, while creating the segmentation, you must have some KPIs into your future mapping. So what are those KPI according to what KPIs you create your content?
So if you are talking about the KPIs, it's a pretty simple one. Means traffic to engagement ratio.
Traffic to engagement ratio.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think I have the figure that we have 10 million users hit our websites of December,
Okay.
because we haven't got the figure for last quarter, like January, February, March. But the December one, we have approximately 10 million users in our website
Awesome.
who visited our website. So, and from there, we start taking the details, how much time they are spending with our pages. We segregate them, the popular ones, and then there is a team which determines the traffic source. And also there is a backend team who works on the customer engagement part as well, which content they like, how we can route our contents to more and more users, creating, you can say, uh, abstract content and providing to those content to the users using of AI, you can say as well. We have a platform which automatically segregates the content using AI tools. So this
Okay.
is our process as well. So if you are talking about the KPIs, it's all about traffic to engagement ratio.
Okay.
Then the popular pages, then you can say traffic source, and then the customer engagement.
So, sir, the less content or the more content, which is more preferable for the engagement, or it is the quality of the content?
See, we uh, we believe in quality, correct?
Mhm.
We don't believe in quantity. Okay, so we produce a lot of articles,
Mhm.
but if you are talking about the quality of the content, BMJ's content is, if you go to any doctor and you say that I'm working with BMJ, means the old one, maybe some young generation as well, you can say that they will obviously say, oh, you are coming from BMJ, because BMJ is a brand for the quality. It's
Mhm.
not about quantity. We are not running for the quantity. We always focus on the quality. It can be a one paragraph, but it should be, as I mentioned earlier, it should be evidence based, and it should have some authenticity before we publish anything.
Okay. All right. So, sir, thanks for answering this. The other question is like, what are the general mistakes which do happen? I'm not talking about like BMJ. It's a very huge brand. They have already big players in the team who can like solve the small mistakes in the initial level. But what about the startups, young entrepreneurs who can do those mistakes while creating the content strategy? So, what are those mistakes which can be avoided while drafting and while creating the content?
So if you are asking me about this
Mhm.
thing, you hope you guys know that first medium is email marketing. Still, and now
Yeah.
it is one of the preferred medium for communication.
Right.
Sorry, the first thing which it's from the Oracle blog. I am there is a beautiful article. If you want to, if you read through Oracle blogs, you can say this. They, the first point which they are saying that uh, uninspiring subject lines.
Mhm.
Your subject line is the main thing which attracts the user.
Okay.
If it is not enough informative, or it's like a general one, it is most of the things is most of the times user doesn't open that email.
Right.
And if email is not getting opened, then it's it's
Right.
of no. Then the second one, which I have just told you guys, is quality means is one of the most important thing. So it is one of the thing. Then the third one is chasing quick wins. Means you can send an email, you can get a lot of interaction, but if you are talking about the content is a thing which will give you the result maybe after 1 month or 2 months. Getting my point? So uh, you have to think that you will not gain anything in a quick term, but if your content is very much powerful, you in the long term you will obviously going to win that market. Then I always say that creating content means it's an art. Don't create anything just we have to create it.
Mm.
Don't create anything for the sake of it. If your content writing is an art, if your content is powerful, one sentence can say the entire means one sentence can represent an entire paragraph. So your content is must be very much powerful. And one of the biggest thing which I believe is don't treat your content marketing as advertising.
Yeah,
It,
that's good.
it, it's a very dangerous thing. Your content should say about you, your work, your products, how it is going to help the user. It's not the advertising that you create using a billboard or something like that. So one of the important thing is don't think that the content which you are writing is for the advertising purpose. Write the content uh, keeping it in mind that how it is going to help the user. It's not about BMJ or not about any particular scenario. I am talking about it a global scenario. Hope I am able to answer your question,
Yeah, so
Gaurav.
in this point, I have one question. कि जब हम content marketing when we are talking about, like, yes, you said subject line is very important initially. So nowadays some food brands are there like which used to have a line कि आज का खाना मेरी तरफ से. They use sort of a subject line and we directly go to that content for that. Although every time they are creating some unique sort of a content, although it have a different audience, some like take them to social media for trolling, and some really enjoy it. So what's your view on that? Like, do young entrepreneurs means look at the things which is creating some like, oh, magic, oh, this content. So should we stick to our basic the traditional approach in which we just focus on the quality subject line, or we can try this stuff as well as a startup, as a young company?
So as a startup, basically your content should let sorry. Uh, so as a young entrepreneur, let me tell you the real-time story, which I think,
Yes.
and it's from Forbes as well. It's not me that I am saying. So your content should traditionally, you can say, uh, how to build awareness with the customer. Correct? If you can build the awareness with the customer with a good quality of content, obviously it will help you. It will help your company or the product
Mhm.
get a decision from the user. Correct? Say you are getting an email with, okay, but this is what we are doing. Okay, you are doing. You'll basically, if you open your inbox today, when you open it in morning, you can see at least 20 to 25 promotional emails. How many
Right.
you click?
I agree. I agree.
How many you click?
Yeah,
Then
20 to
if you
30,
can
yeah, right.
see, yeah. So if you can see, some of them are saying the uh, word which you are looking for, you will click into that.
Okay.
Means if it is in subject line, most of the people don't click the email. They read the subject line. And nowadays there is another trend. I can tell you that RE colon, then they write the subject line. It's a tricky thing.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have noticed this email pattern, because I generally sit with our email marketeers as well. So we discuss these tricks. They generally say it's RE, then colon, and then the subject line. So
Mhm.
basically, it will means it tricks the user. Correct? You don't know anything, but maybe you will click that.
Yeah.
But you have to avoid these silly things, because when you are trying to establish something, when you are trying to establish a brand which you are working for, you should work very closely with a specialist content writer, or maybe a freelancer, you can say, who can help you to create or write down a perfect sentence which can help users to take their decisions as well. Otherwise, maybe you will get clicks, say in 1 month you can get a good quantity of clicks, maybe in next month it will go down. So these are the things you have to work very closely. It's not me or not Oracle or not Forbes can say. It's you have to create your own strategy.
Yeah. So, sir, on this point also, like I would take this to as we talked about email also. So, email marketing, may I know that like you have worked with like we for years back we worked with a very good client in publishing domain that you were working directly with them. So, in the email marketing, like when we are interacting with the clients, potentially new customer, there is most queries are coming that how much follow up we should do for that. Like a one follow up, people are saying you have to follow up 3 to 5 times. Some are saying the data is saying you have to do 15 to 17 follow ups with a client to get a client. So how this approach work?
So truly speaking, if your content is not appealing, you can multiple follow-ups. You're not going to get response.
Yeah.
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 So that I generally, if I don't get reply in say the first introduction mail, one follow-up, second follow-up, I close it.
Okay. And sir, one question from intern, like they have a message in the morning that do ask sir that why the content is called as king, why not queen?
It's an interesting question. It's a fight for everyone, developers and designers. Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So for me, content is a pair.
Okay.
It's a king and queen, both works together.
Okay.
It's he and she. It's an I and we. Correct. I means illness and we means wellness. The
Okay.
content is same.
Okay.
If you write a good content and you keep it with you,
Mhm.
then maybe you can become a king of content. But if you spread it with everyone and if you give it to everyone, then it becomes we. Correct. Then it can be read by everyone. It can be acknowledged by everyone. It can be means your content can go to a global level as well. So for me, content is his, content is hers, content is king, and content is queen.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah. Sir, means like the people who are online, they can also drop a question. So we are moving to the last question. Till then, like people can send the questions if they have any other. So, sir, we are watching from like last
It's
2 years.
14 hours.
There are so many platforms are building up of the freelancing. Like Upwork is there, Fiverr is there. Everyone is performing very good in the market. There are new like upcoming platforms are coming, just like FlexiWorky. We are also like launching this into the segment. Everyone is performing and everyone is doing with their sort of audience. So how you think about these platforms, how they can adjust into this domain? What sort of requirements could be coming in the upcoming future, or are there in the right now in the current situations wherein this platform or this industry can take the advantage and can serve?
So see, freelancers are really helping the publishers.
Okay.
If you are asking in my area, uh, we have an UI UX means UI developer. It's not UI, it's the graphics. She is working with us, say 6-7 years with us.
Mm.
She's a freelancer. Okay, she used to live in Oman. Now she is in India.
Mm.
So it helped us to work flexibly with her.
Okay.
Our head office is in London. Some of our colleagues are in China. We have to create a banner image.
Okay.
Suppose there is an event in China, so
Mm.
we have to create that banner for China's event.
Okay.
Okay, so you can understand that when we start our day,
Mhm.
half of day for China office is gone, but Oman is little bit late from us.
Mm.
So means that person means that girl who works with us, she works flexibly. She starts her day means you can say at the evening time of Indian evening time.
Mhm.
Maybe say early in the morning
Mhm.
to share those events images or the requirements or the any banner type images, etc. Also, it helped us means it helped us reducing our costs as well. You know that hiring a resource is a time consuming one. You need to involve HR, you need to involve admin, you need to schedule interview, you need to then negotiate. it's a time consuming process. Then after all the thing, candidates doesn't join. But if you have a good pool of freelancers, we have as well. We have language freelancers. We have freelancers for our UI UX. We have freelancers for doing the QA. Uh, so basically, it helped us to develop things in a better way. Sometimes, when you start creating something, you start thinking about the content, means company's perspective. What is our brand guideline? Means it becomes same and same every time you are delivering the same image. But if you are working with different freelancers, maybe they are working with any other publisher, they can give us a good idea as well. It becomes a exchange of ideas as well. But you need to fit that idea into your company's brand guidelines, correct?
Right.
Maybe you can create something new for our company. So yes, it helped us uh, saving some cost, some time, and as well it helped us to gather new ideas as well.
Okay.
Is a freelancer can work with me, work with you, anyone, correct?
Right.
And they can share the ideas, and then we can work on that front. Also, we can work flexibly as well. Maybe that person is not available. Okay, no problem. You can call him back or call her back in the evening and get the status, correct?
Okay.
Otherwise, if you have a resource in house, you need to spend a lot of time sitting with her or get the update about a particular product. Yeah.
So, sir, when you are dealing with the freelancers, so do you provide the formal training to them before onboarding them, or like it's a general UI UX as you just said? Okay, do this stuff, and they just start doing things.
No. We have a very strong brand guidelines.
Okay.
We have our means is a team, you can say, who looks after all these things. Suppose you have created a logo. We have brand guidelines that logo must be 110px into 110px,
Okay.
and the freelancer provided a 115 into 115. So obviously the QA will check that and will raise that concern with the freelancer. Then they will talk and then they will fix those issues. Yes. And but yes, we have an internal QA team for all the projects, for all the processes. So we check that, then it goes to the development or the production area.
Okay. So one last question I want to add here. So when you are dealing with a freelancer, the team which is working, so if we put a project manager or a business analyst who is a middle man right now between your company and a freelancer, and he is understanding requirements on your behalf, so that because there could be like we have seen a curve where freelancers are not able to understand those requirements from the client end, but a person who is like a business analyst or a project manager, they directly interact with you on your time zone, and they sharing an update. So platform like this, what's your view on that? Like they directly interact, and also freelancer is also there on the group, but it's just the communication is being done by the project manager from the vendor side only.
So in our company, we have editors
Okay.
who communicates with the copy editors, means freelancing copy editors, language editors, etc. Like if we are converting something in French, we have an editor who sits in London, and she communicates with the editors from uh, you can say from Brazil or from Spain, anywhere. So it's editorial generally take care of editorial part. UI UX team checks works with the UI UX editor, or the sometimes what happens, our product owners also works with freelancers to
Okay.
give them the knowledge sharing, or making them understand how we work. Or our marketing team works with the UI UX designers for their requirement. We have a freelancer for our marketing team as well. That guy sits in London, and our marketing team works with them to get the designs for any website, or you can say any web page. And yes, in a single word, it all decides with the departments. We don't believe in that there should be a project manager who will gather the requirement and will understand the requirement. Then they will pass it to the freelancer. It's one-to-one relationship. Editorial will take care of the editorial freelancer. UI UX team will work with UI UX freelancers. QA team means any product development. If they need QA support from any of the freelancers, they will communicate with each other. Yeah.
All right. All right. So I think, sir, that's it. The question from our end, and at the end of the day, what would you like to say to our connecting the dots and our new brand FlexiWorky, which is live like last 2 weeks ago? It's again a freelancing platform where like corporates and candidates are registering. They are creating their profile, and then they are looking for the opportunities. So corporates are posting requirements, and corporates can also pick those opportunities. Similarly, the freelancers are also there, because sometimes it's happening with the brands that they on some projects they need a team, a full team. Then they go for a corporate, and it's some requirement like, as you said, for the UI UX, they just pick the directly freelancer from there. So what's the message for us?
Truly speaking, the flexi working, if you are talking about this funda, uh, uh, there is a very good article on this in Nature. Do you know that Nature Publishing House?
I have heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a very good, they have an article. I think it was published in 19th October 2017.
Mhm.
And it's all about the flexi working.
Okay.
It's about the US, UK market. Because, sorry, I read little bit extra, maybe that's why I'm saying, uh, yes, with the ways of working, you can say it is changing a lot. And our understanding is it is not going to be normal again, because people has lose their confidence. Because now if you sit with another person, and if he comes, or if he says I'm not feeling well, you starts looking at him. So yes, freelancers, even if I am interviewing for some of the posts, and I'm getting the request, I'm ready to work as a freelancer, but it's an in-house post, so I cannot work on that front. It's a very good approach. Market is huge. Market is huge. Means if you have a portal where you can gather all those candidates in one place, maybe that portal can be launched with various big companies, and maybe one day they will reach to your website. I forget the name. There is a site, a website in US where all the freelancers register themselves. And
There is freelancer.com is there, Upwork is there, Fiverr is there, People per hour is there. So there are multiple portals for the freelancers in like US, UK.
yeah, so but I forgot. I'm sorry for that. Maybe uh, start with the small approach. Basically, you have to have a great pool of freelancers. Means anyone comes to your portal, you have to give them the easiest way
Yeah.
to find that particular requirement.
Yeah.
And wishing you all the best with this uh, venture, and hopefully we will connect again with you if something comes up in our mind.
Sure, definitely. And I'm sure like people who have joined, also the people who would be looking this interview in on the YouTube, they will be empowered with your knowledge. I am feeling very blessed. First of all, I'm very happy that you came and you shared your knowledge. It's very
Thank
like
you.
appreciable. And thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a good day, sir.
Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah.